So here's a market, grinded, range extended, cleaned out a key level, came into the end of the trade day, grinded, and finished the day. So during the EU session hours or pre-market, I might want to be short. So the market we're coming into, if I'm not mistaken, this was during EU session hours. Yeah, here's about a little after 4 in the morning US Central Time. I'm like, hey, I want to be short. No way in heck do I want to be long. The market's making all-time highs, or it cleaned out a key level, or making new highs after cleaning out a new level. I don't mind fading this area. I will only take shorts. And we get a signal, get short. The automation would trigger me into the trade. And I'm sitting here. Now we're getting in the pre-market hours during the, coming up on the US cash session open. And I'm in the trade. Now it's not going anywhere. Now I'm into the US cash session hours. I'm already in a position, or maybe I see this, we come into the US cash session open, and out of the US cash session open, I'm like, hey, I don't want to be buying up here. I want to be short only mode. So you have your 8:32 time window turned on, but instead of long short, you're in short mode. So regardless, okay, now you're triggered into a trade. Whether you took it pre-market or post-market, had two short signals back to back. And you're in the trade, get some initial selling. Market grinded around for a long time that day, and then whooshka. We had another short signal. So the mom signals are telling you, hey, any little institutional bursts of momentum we're getting are always to the downside. Pre-market and since the open to this point. And that is a scrub fest. And that was a day where institutionals were holding up the market with some instruments while they were selling out of stocks. That was what they call a rotation or distribution event. A lot of traders don't understand what that is. That's just games by institutionals so they can cash out more stocks that are deep in the money while they're holding up the market buying 0 DTE options, regular options, futures, or a combination of both. Then you get another short signal. Now, if you're already in this short signal or this short signal, you've maintained in the trade. There's been no situation where the market ever came up to your stop, whether you entered there, wherever. At no point did the market come up. There it came a couple of ticks away. But I don't know why you'd be waiting to take a trade that late in the day. So it's likely you were in pre-market, fading the market at all-time highs, or I think it was at all-time highs there, or after a big bounce. I think we had multi-day selling, then we had a big bounce, but I know we cleaned out a level because I was short this day. I was short here, and the market eventually paid me that day. So whether you're short pre-market or just playing normal way, you're short out of the US cash session open, the first short signal, you're in short only mode, and you had a fill. Let's do the rectangle. You had a fill, somewhere in this area price, right in there, and you're in the trade, and there's your stop. And you're waiting, and then you're getting secondaries, and now you're one and done on the day. You hit your daily profit objective. So another example, I showed you a long example, but there's many more times that I played the short side. And it's only probably, lately the market was going up and up and up and up and making a new high. And then the next day or the day after, another new high. I kept fading those and fading those and fading those and getting paid over and over again. But when I do that, I do it tactically. I'm not selling all the way up, but just when we get to an area, we sweep the prior highest level. I wait, and then I tactically decide when to turn on and play short only mode. And you can do the same thing if the market's cleaned out some levels or tested a key level and play long only mode. That was a good day, I remember. Yeah, we came all the way back to where there was ascending pivots, W pattern, and then the market one day grinded up the whole day. And that's the other beauty when you're running automation. If I'm not mistaken, on this day, my long my automation got me long that day. That was the signal. And I stayed in the trade. It took a long time before it finally got my daily profit objective. But we had sequential long trades that day. We had the original one out after the 8:32 time window. I was still in the trade for the second signal, the third signal. So no additional, trades are being put on because I was already in the original long entry. And that was just a grinding, methodical uptrend day. So that's another good thing about the mom signals. When you get grinding uptrend or downtrend days, the predominance of your signals will just naturally always be in alignment with that trend. And wow, is that a good way to trade? So you don't get beat up trying to fade moves that never stop moving. I mean, who would think from 8:30 in the morning till the end of the day, basically, it's nothing but straight up and not a single price pivot the entire day is ever challenged or broken. So from 8:30 in the morning, wherever the market was at, okay, the market lifted, pulled back. There's a price pivot. Lifted, pulled back, lifted. New higher price pivot. Lifted, pulled back. New higher price pivot. So, lifted, ran out. We had NVIDIA news that day, pressed, and then we're into the scrub at the end of the day. So at no point did any of these price pivots ever get broken. That is that's an agenda day where institutionals come in and they're going to be buying all day long. Stay out of our way. And they did. They drove a market back up above a key level, and then the market just grinded out into the end part of the day through most of the overnight session. Did a little bit of a W top, so we have a little bit of kind of an ugly M pattern, and then we got short, and then a stair step lower, another short, then a stair step lower, another short, stair step, and then the whole move got given back into the next day. So there are times when I will completely fade the market where it's at. Like, hey, we're at all-time highs or, whatever, some key level. I don't want to be long there, even though it might take off and run. For me, I don't want to be long there. Or I don't want to be short there. So we put the buttons on here to give you the option. And just, just rule of thumb, always realize if you don't like what's going on or something seems odd with your automation, you can always hit the flatten button, turn off the hit the flatten button, turn off the strategy, and regroup. So that's what those buttons are for. Okay, another point I want to make, I always kind of pay attention. If you go in the Algo IQ Start Here room, where I have all the initial left-hand chart, right-hand chart settings and setup basics, and then I have some key videos in there on 4-hour levels. So another thing I pay attention to when I go into a new trading day, when I'm going to be running the automation, I always kind of pay attention to where's the market at in relation to my most significant recent low pivot. And you could say that, this area is important too. Going back to the prior day's trading. Now I'm coming into the after hours session as the EU markets are ending, and I'm coming up across and that vertical line would be the 8:32 a.m. time window. I kind of pay attention to where I'm at. And right now I'm kind of noticing just coming into the open, hey, I'm in the middle of the road. So here's one side of the street, here's the other side of the street. And sometimes when the market's right in the middle there, it'll chop a bit before it gets a direction. That's not uncommon. If you come into the trade day and we're really close to one edge of the market or the other, the market seems to have better reaction in the initial moves out of the open. It's just something I've always observed. So what I might do on a day like this, I might be like, ooh, this baby might come open a little choppy. So instead of 5 MNQs, I might bump it down to 3 or 4. Just what I do. You don't have to do this. You can leave it on. And if you're on super optimized settings from an optimization data set that we put out, like, hey guys, this setting for this instrument time frame is really dialed in. This is kind of getting into more advanced, just, trade your same size every trade. just me, since I kind of, I can read the market pretty good, and I'm pretty good at, managing my automation on a day like this. I'm like, ooh, it's kind of scrubby. We had a big sell off. The end of the day scrubbed out. We kind of lifted a little bit in the overnight. There might not be any direction out of the open. So I might go down to like 3 MNQs. And then I'll just let it get chopped up a bit. And then eventually I know it's going to hit a move. And then now the market's kind of building that initial opening range, and the markets and the participants are starting usually to put in a trend. So I'm coming into the trade day. So the key is, on a day like this, in the middle of the road, I'm not going to be long or short bias like, oh, I'm pretty sure it's going to go down or up. That's stupid to me. That would not be smart. Stay in long and short mode, but maybe if you don't like where the market's at coming into the open, play less size. Now here, oh, after 8:32, I get a short signal. Oh, okay, I'm short, system's short, and I'm in lower position size, but hey, it's running. It's working out pretty good. And if I start seeing it chop around like this, I might just blip out that trade. Hey, I like it. We ran to lower range. Now I blip out the trade. I hit flatten. I run in the settings, go back to 5 normal position size because I got a directional move out of the open. Go back to long short mode, and then I can trade the rest of the trade day. Oh, now I'm short, and so on. And another one, boom, I'm done for the day. So I do pay a little bit of attention of where the market's at, and I'll go in and micromanage things. Now, the reason I bring this up, this is getting into more advanced trading, but again, it's nice having the automation. Let the automation be the monkey sitting at your trade desk working the trades. You just scream at the monkey and tell it what to do. So you're overwatching the monkey working your long and short button, your flatten button, and all that. So there you go. There's the basics on running the automated. If you have any questions anytime, let me know. And this is one heck of a system.